Hey everybody, my name's Spencer Stanley. In today's video, I'm gonna be talking about how you can get better audio for your video.
Wanna be a mini-me. Friend of me, enemy. All these niggas just wanna be a mini-me. All these niggas.
You could really have like the best video in the world in terms of cinematics. It could look amazing. If the audio doesn't sound good, it really takes away from the quality of the video. I used to not put as much of an importance on audio, and I've realized that that really has hindered me in the past, so I'm trying to improve that as I go. So I thought I'd give you guys some tips and tricks today on what I've kind of learned, what I use, and some budget-friendly options for you to make your videos sound better. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to properly record audio into your camera if that's the way that you're doing it. Some other different options to use with mirrorless cameras in terms of audio and improving that audio. What I currently use for my setup that's really efficient, quick and easy, so that I don't have to deal with any external recorders, XLR cables, any of that complicated stuff. How I could get like half decent audio. I know the audio is not gonna be perfect in this because this room is super echoey. It's terrible. This is really the improper room. I'm currently waiting on a carpet. I need to acoustically treat this, but I wanted to see how good I could get the audio even in the worst room that I have. This is my studio, like my photography. This isn't, you know? So the first option that we have when it comes to recording audio is straight out of our camera. Our cameras have built-in microphones. I'm currently using the Sony A7R Mark III. It has two stereo microphones, one on each side, and this is what it sounds like. Future Spencer here. I somehow left the audio input into the camera so it didn't record, so I'm doing this now. This is how it sounds about 2 arms lengths away from my camera. Not the best. So when we're recording audio for video, we want to get our microphone as close as possible to our mouth. We want a little bit of a distance, but the closer, the better it's going to sound because the less distance that the audio has to travel before the microphone picks it up. So what I'm currently using right now is a Rode video mic. NTG. Now this microphone's great because I plug it directly into my camera using a Rode extension cable. This way I don't have to deal with syncing audio in post using shotgun mics that use XLR cables and then recording it into an external recorder and then syncing it, or having that external recorder go into my camera. Like I said again, I'm just gonna preface this multiple times because the audio is not gonna be amazing in this video, which is ironic because we're talking about audio. The room sucks. The acoustics, I can hear my voice reverberating. So this is my current setup and it works really well, but I know a lot of people don't wanna spend $300, $350 on a microphone, and that's totally understandable, especially if you're just doing YouTube videos or not. So this is the Rode Video Micro. Now I'm gonna plug this into the camera and I'm gonna show you what it sounds like from the distance that the camera is, about 2 arms length away, right on the camera. Okay, so now you're hearing the audio from the Rode Video Micro directly on my camera. It's probably a little bit better than the internal audio on the camera, but it's still not amazing. This room's really echoey and it's far away, so it probably doesn't sound amazing. So what we can also do is take this cheaper option and boom it the same way we did with the Rode Video Mic NTG. So another option that you can do is buy a microphone stand, boom arm, whatever you want to call it. This is Amazon Basics, and I think it was really affordable. I don't really recommend this option because I bought it because it was the cheapest option. I didn't want to buy another C-stand, but it really does not work amazingly because it doesn't get that high. So I'm going to show you what this sounds like with the Rode Video Micro on this, boomed in front of my face. Okay, so now we have the Rode Video Micro plugged in with this Amazon Basics boom stand. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit more in the shot because we can't boom it over. Now, I've actually used this for different video projects in the past, like client video projects, but it was really hard to get this out of frame. You have to get pretty tight. Like even I'm at 28 millimeters now and it's still in here. I could probably get it out of frame, but then I might have to get lower, or, you know, you gotta work around that a little bit. So I like using a C-stand or like an actual boom arm to boom my audio. But this is how it sounds, and it probably sounds pretty good. I'll see in post and maybe I'll make a comment on it. But it also comes with this dead cat. It's super cheap. I think this is like a $69, $79 option. And if you include it with one of these extension cables, you get some pretty good audio. I think the difference between the Rode NTG, the Rode Video Mic NTG, and the Video Micro is like so discernible that the price might not be there for somebody that's just using this as a YouTube setup. Okay, I was also gonna show you that you can connect the included headphones that come in your iPhone to get some semi-decent audio. I see a lot of people doing this on TikTok now. But what you can also do is just hit record or use a different audio recording software, and you can actually take the audio straight from your iPhone. So this audio is coming right from my iPhone right now. Since we can get it a little bit closer to our face, the audio is going to be a lot better than the audio coming just straight from the camera, for example. So you can get creative with these different budget alternatives. Now, obviously you don't want to hold your phone next to your face while you're recording videos, but just coming up with different kind of creative solutions to do so. One of my favorite sources of audio is this really affordable Blue Yeti microphone. I think it looks beautiful. It's basically just a USB microphone that plugs directly into your computer. Now, I'm not gonna bring my computer over here just to record the audio. So the one thing is you can't choose a cover when using your desktop to upload the file. You actually need to create a cover. But it has a bunch of different pickup patterns and it has a gain control. So you can change the gain and the input to better suit your needs. So this is a really good option, especially if you're maybe a streamer or you're doing a lot of voiceover or tutorials that are right at the computer. I use this almost always when I'm doing my tutorials at the computer because it just sounds a little bit better than the shotgun microphone. So another great option, super easy to use. You don't really have to know too much about audio to use this thing. I've been using it for a while. Now, if you want to take a step up from something like this or that, and you're doing a lot of sitting down, voiceover, podcast, that type of audio, depends on what your content creation is, and you don't mind having a microphone in front of your face, like using something like that, I would highly recommend the Shure SM7B. Now this is an incredible microphone and you've probably seen it on almost any podcast that you've listened to. To name a few would be like Joe Rogan. I'm not sure if like TMG uses it, but there's a lot of different podcasts that use this microphone. Now the problem with this microphone is, for one, it's really expensive. I think it's like maybe $399 USD and $500 Canadian. You also need a preamp to plug that microphone into to get a better audio signal and convert that from analog to digital so you could use that in your whatever you're using. So one of the most important things about recording audio is making sure that the audio going into your camera is at the right level. When you're recording audio, you don't want to go over 0 dB because anything over that is really going to break up the audio and it's going to sound like it's clipping. There's going to be a ton of distortion, and this is really like the opposite of what we're looking for when recording audio directly into our camera or an external audio recorder. We want to keep our levels around -10 and -12. Now what this does is it allows us any room for really like loud excitement, claps, anything like that. I don't know why you'd be clapping. Staying at around -10 and -12 gives us a lot of buffer room in our audio. In case somebody's excited, like if I start talking really loudly or something like that, this will give me a little bit of room before it starts getting distorted. I'm talking about recording audio from your microphone into your camera. So basically, what you want to do when you're in post is to get that audio now near 0 dB, as close as possible. I usually try and stay around -1 dB and I don't want to go over that. I actually like, for talking stuff like this, I usually tend to stay a little bit lower than that, even -5, -3. It really depends on what I'm doing. Your camera should have audio record levels. Now the standard Sony audio record levels I think is around 25, 26. When I'm using an external shotgun microphone like this, I like to have my audio record levels around 5. If I'm just getting audio directly from the camera, I like to have it around 15. And then if I'm using a lavalier mic, I like to have it around 1. Now lavalier mics are really sensitive and that's why we want to do this. This Rode Video mic has a built-in gain, so I'll set my audio record levels to 5 and then I will adjust the gain to get my inputted audio to around -10, -12 dB. That's gonna be everything for this video. If you guys have any questions about any of the topics covered in the video, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe. I'm gonna be making a video every week, every Monday of 2021, so stick around for that and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.